finish a half and then go right into the third quarter. It was really a crazy day, but man, what an unbelievable effort by our guys. Super proud of our team. First of all, congratulations to Georgia Tech. I mean, those guys fought their tail off. And I said that all week. I told our guys that. I said that, you could just see the effort, and that's a reflection of the belief in what, they're doing with Coach Collins and the staff. And listen, man, we're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's something that we've earned around here. But man, unbelievable effort by our guys, tremendous heart. We're getting better, but we're still a work in progress. And tonight was an incredibly strange game, unbelievable situations that came up in the game. Offensively, they absolutely lined up and nothing that we prepared for. They decided that they were going to just play all odd double cloud and, play corners up, play overhangs, and make us go everything in between the tackles and give us the opportunity there to do that. And just not let us have a big play. That was just kind of like, that was what they were going to do. And, we only had 8 possessions, first of all. And 6 of the 8 were 8 plays or more. 3 of them were 12 plays or more. But we got very few points. So we just, and I think that was, again, a philosophy. Let's just make them keep snapping it and see if they can finish the drives. And we did a good job of finishing it. Obviously we get a critical down situation. We fumble the ball. We're continuing to put the ball on the ground way too much. That's an area that I was really concerned with coming into the game. We put the ball on the ground last week about 4 times. So we got to improve there. But, I'm proud of the team and the staff, the adjustments that we were able to make at halftime and what we were going to have to do to win the game. I mean, it just is just the way we're going to have to win the game, and there's not going to be any other way to do it. And we were able to get it done. We only had 3 possessions, I think, in the second half. That was it. And the turnover was critical. Again, if that's your philosophy and you're putting long drives together and then getting no points, it's a double-edged sword. It was frustrating from that standpoint, but man, I thought our guys, we were 9 of 15 on third down. Again, sustained drives, just did not, finish like we needed to. And again, the biggest disappointment was the ball being on the ground. But super proud of DJ and, what he had to do in the second half to lead the team, how we had to play. I think we had very few negative yards in the game. And, one of them was on a screen, got to hit it up inside, and another one tried to bounce one outside. Other than that, we didn't really have many negative plays. But proud of DJ, Will Shipley. Obviously, disappointed right there at the end. The ball got on the ground, but man, what an effort by that kid. But we did just enough, to complement the run. But they just, had a philosophy tonight that that's how they wanted to play us. And give them credit for that. But again, our staff did a good job of making adjustments, and this is what we're going to have to do to win this game. And proud of DJ and again Shipley. I thought did a heck of a job. But the name of this game is points, and when the other team can't score, you're going to win a lot of games. And so really proud of our defense. First time since 1950. We've had 3 opening games without a score. Just an unbelievable effort. There's going to be a lot of things on tape that we got to clean up. I thought some fundamental stuff. Obviously, DJ with the fumble going to the left, the ball's in the right arm. It's something we've been trying to coach him out of. I talked about it last week, and it cost us. You get the ball out, all the defense is there, and it was a critical fundamental deal that we got to fix. And then defensively, they got outside of us too many times where we were coming inside, trying to make plays. We had 4 sacks. Should have had a few more if we stay on the upfield shoulder, if we leverage the ball properly. So there's a lot of good things we can learn defensively too. Some fundamental things that we can correct. But 8 tackles for loss. Brian Mercy was awesome. Really proud of him. Levante Bentley had to step in literally literally right after pregame, we find out that Balin's not going to be able to go. He had a little flare up information in his knee on Thursday, but thought he was going to be able to go. And then he came after pregame and just said he just didn't think he could do it. So Levante, found out right then he was going to have to go, and I thought he did a great job for us. Verzee was awesome, but man, how about Skalski? That's what he came back for. And I mean, he's just, you see his speed, his athleticism. I told our guys and all those young backers in the locker room after the game, man, that's what preparation looks like. That's what experience and knowledge and preparation is all about. And he was tremendous, just tremendous. I mean, he's the heart and soul over there and really of our team. And just really proud of him and the effort that he had. So many good things. Special teams, we continue to pump the ball really well, cover well. Kickoff coverage was really good. The onside kick was kind of Murphy's Law, just like the perfect onside kick. Joe was right there, and the ball's he's trying to bat it out, and he just kind of missed it. And it was just, like I said, Murphy's Law. But tremendous effort by our guys. Appreciate our crowd, sold out crowd, and just everybody that hung in there. Again, a long day. But the goal is to win the game, and we were able to get that done. So excited about that. We'll enjoy it tonight, and get back at it on Monday and get ready for a tough road game against NC State.
Coach, how difficult was it during that 2-hour delay? What did you do to keep the guys engaged? And you come back out there and you have a critical 3rd and 2 play, but you were able to hold them to 3 points there. Yeah,
it was crazy. Well, we talked a lot about the situation. I knew I was going to use the timeout right there. I had, I think, 2. I think they had 1. And we talked about, them coming out and maybe having trying to steal a possession with a hard count or something like that. But anyway, they had a nice little play and got it. And, just making sure everybody was aware of the situation that we were going into, that it wasn't the end of a quarter, this was the end of a half, even though we're still out there going to go play. So that was a little different. But, we hydrated. We got a lot of nutrition in us, and a few kind of refueled. When we first went in, they said 30 minutes. And so we didn't think we had a lot of time. Normally we get like 20, for halftime. So we didn't think it was going to be that much. And then we got in there for 10 or 15 minutes or something. They come out and say, well, it's going to be 6 o'clock or whatever. And then it was 6:45. And so we met as a group, and then we broke up individually, and they were able to just kind of get comfortable, take their shoes off and stuff like that, and just get themselves in a comfortable situation. And again, we made the adjustments. We met a lot as coaches to take advantage of the time and what we needed to do, especially offensively, and how they were playing us, and what we needed to give them a chance to go win the game. And we stretched, just tried to keep them engaged. And then we got a plan to be able to go out. They were going to give us a 10-minute warning and what we needed to do when we got out on the field as far as the stretch and just kind of a mini pregame situation to get them ready. So it was, like I said, never really been a part of that, but proud of our guys, and again, to hold them out of the end zone 3 weeks in a row. But where we got to get better is take care of football, because we've scored for the other team 3 weeks in a row, and putting our defense in a bad spot. I almost took the safety anyway. I really contemplated that. That was something that really thought about, snapping at the DJ and taking a slow safety there and running around a little bit, and then maybe leave them, 3 seconds or 4 seconds. But we decided to hand it to one and run it out. And we hard counted, thinking, got nothing to lose in that situation. If they jump off, you get 5 yards. If they don't, we'll take a delay and it moves, an inch. So it was kind of a good time to take a shot at that. But it worked out. We're fortunate. Again, the ball gets on the ground. Shipley came up with it. I said he recovered it in the end zone, so that's a safety by rule. So, like I said, there was about every type of situation you could think of tonight. So it was crazy. We challenged the call. We thought the ball had touched the ground, but I guess we stood. So I don't think there was a good enough angle to really, I guess, overturn that. But that was a critical play in the game. Yeah, the guys just kept fighting and found a way to get it done.
What was the thought process on the gun there?
Well, that's just what we do. And it's what we've always done. And, we definitely thought about going under, but we got a young quarterback. We just went with what we're comfortable with. And we had a good play. Not like we didn't have a good play. Just dropped the ball. So I mean, it doesn't matter if you're under center or what. If you drop the ball, you put yourself in jeopardy.
Good job. How did you see that targeting call on Simpson? And I guess the right side of that is it occurred just before halftime, so we'll have him next week.
Yeah, that's the only positive there. I mean, it's a bang play, and I didn't get to see it like the replays. People see it, but I guess that's what it was.
Yeah, but when they're playing that coverage where they're dropping 8, is he there to get them out of that and try to establish the running game?
Yeah, you got to run football. You got to run the ball.
How do you feel like you guys did?
We did good. I mean, like I said, we just didn't finish. And that's they're just kind of making us put drives together, but you got to finish. You got to come away with a field goal or a touchdown, and if we get 10 more points, that game's over. And a game like that. And so now you're taking time off the clock and not getting points. That's a double-edged sword. And so just frustrating, but we did what we needed to. Like I said, we had negative plays. We moved the ball well. We had some. DJ was outstanding. I mean, he had some big physical runs. Shipley was, I don't know what he had a lot of dirty yards, man. He was 4.2 a carry. DJ was 5.8 a carry. I'd say we did pretty good. So, we did what we needed to do to win the game. We just are doing a poor job taking care of the football. And then we didn't finish. Again, 8 possessions, only 3 in the second half. And 3 of our drives were 12 plus plays. 9 of 15 on third down. So, we were very efficient in keeping ourselves on schedule. But when you don't come away with points, it's exhausting to play that way. And if you come away with points, you're in good shape. We had the same situation similar against Virginia Tech last year. You remember that they were huddling up and really milking it, trying to milk it on both sides. But we finished drives with points against them. And when we finish drives with points in that type of game, then it works against you, against the other team. Tonight, it kind of helped them because we did not finish. Penalties, the critical penalties, critical balls on the ground, obviously the turnover. I mean, that's huge possession right there. So, again, fortunate to win the game, but I do see us getting better. I see us getting better. We're a work in progress, and found a way to win tonight. But this is the type of game that we can grow from. And I don't have any doubt that we will.
You mentioned Bentley. It seems like you've kind of been gradually working towards this. Not the first time we've seen him play well, but just how much can a game like this mean for his confidence going forward?
Yeah, same thing. It just shows preparation. That kid is he's such a great kid. He's such a team guy. I mean, he's the epitome of all in. And he redshirted, back up as a redshirt freshman, kind of getting better. Man, he's been grinding. Then Skalski comes back, and it's like, he's kind of had to be patient. But that's what it's all about. Your opportunity shows up, and you go out there. I mean, you got 13 tackles and a sack and 2.5 tackles for loss. I mean, just incredible. But that's a credit, for him and how he's prepared. I mean, he is an incredibly committed young man in this program, and I'm really proud of him. I mean, he was tremendous.
Did you see some evidence of this offense sort of growing up in some of the fire that you saw in the fourth quarter?
Oh,
DJ, Justyn, and Will.
Well, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. That's what's so frustrating is we didn't really get enough reward for what I was seeing, but it's coming. You know, I mean, listen, we're kind of who we are right now. You know, we're young on that side of the ball, and we've got some guys that are going through some growing pains. We got, you know, some things going on in a couple spots, but you know, you got three phases. You know, obviously we're kind of led by our defense right now, as we knew we would be. But you know, we took some steps forward today. Again, it might not necessarily be some things that make people go wow and see, but I see. And it's a lot of things that I saw tonight that we can really build on, teach from, and grow from. But you know, again, that's just what we needed to get done tonight, and how we had to go win the game. You know, hopefully we can grow out of turning the ball over and some of these crazy penalties, and just finish some of these drives, but to show what we could do running the football and what DJ's capable of doing. Man, he's low. And I mean, he ran with some freaking toughness and a lot of heart. And you know, when you can run the ball with Shipley the way we did, I mean, and then also be able to get an extra hat and put that big quarterback in the mix, and his confidence and how he ran tonight, I think that'll serve us well, you know, as we move forward.
Using DJ in that power run game, was that opponent specific to doing what you need to do? Is that something you guys want to incorporate?
Well, we always, you know, run our quarterbacks, but that's what we had to do to win the game. I mean, again, just their style of play and, you know, how they were, the structure of their defense tonight, that was the weakness. And, you know, I guess they just didn't think we could do it or would do it consistently. So proud of our guys for doing what they had to do to win this game.
Coach, I thought Justyn Ross really asserted himself as a leader tonight, making big plays and literally carrying defenders on his back at one point.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, unbelievable. Ross had a great game. You know, it was a hard fought. It was hard to find, you know, plays with how they were playing. And we missed a couple. I mean, it wasn't DJ. DJ was 18 or 25. He missed three throws. He missed three throws that I can remember. He missed a bang eight. He just pulled it a little soon. He just squeezed it a little bit. He missed a back shoulder ball, and he missed a corner route. You know, he threw it high. It needed to be flat. And you know, PSO, man, 21, 25. I mean, he was much better. Made a great play and got him. So we did enough in the past game. But Ross was awesome. I mean, he kept us on schedule a couple of times. And you know, great job on that 1 3rd down. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, this guy's got, I think the whole team was hitting him. It was amazing. And again, we had a couple of those type plays. DJ had one. We, you know, just that extra effort. And that's what I love as a coach. You know, I love seeing that will to win and that heart, that character. That's what I saw tonight. We got a lot of mistakes. We got a lot of things that we watch the tape. We're gonna, oh my gosh, so many situational things that we had to deal with in the game. But we won the game. And, you know, we finished the first quarter. Good teams get better. And we've got a lot of room for improvement, but we're making improvement. And I think, again, to win a game like that tonight will help us.
Yeah, both of us sounding all basic, but when your growing pains are in season and you have a game against 7 days, just how do you get out of it?
Just keep playing, you know, go back to work, practice, and study. And I mean, everybody goes through that. I mean, there's not anybody out there that's, you know, probably not having some, maybe there's some teams that are more experienced on one side of the ball. We don't have a lot of growing pains on defense, but I mean, we did the last couple of years to get to where we are. You know, just the nature of kind of who we are right now. We got a true sophomore right tackle. We've got a new center. We got new backs. We got a new quarterback. We got a true freshman left guard. You know, so I mean, it's just learning, just gaining experience as we go and coaching. You know, just teaching and coaching and evaluating and then going back to work. And it's just kind of the way it is.
It would seem like defensively got cramping on down the stretch, and other guys just came in and stepped up. I think Derek Carter was in playing defense wires and those guys.
Yeah.
What did you see from the demo?
Well, you saw our depth tonight, you know, and we're very fortunate to have good. I mean, again, you got a guy like Baby Spector is out, and the guy who goes in for him has 13 tackles. So there's not many teams out there that have that. And the way we're able to roll the guys in the defensive line. I mean, those young, talented guys that we have, we need some freshness out there. Just again shows the depth. We have a lot more depth functionally on defense, a lot more experience, and they're playing that way. And offensively, we got some youth. And you got to just play through it. You got to grow. I wish it was just perfect every time we went out there. We did everything just right, but that's kind of where we are right now. But we're getting better, and we can just keep learning, keep showing up, keep preparing, keep fighting, get a little better fundamentally, and stop kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. When it comes to these turnovers and ball being loose and critical penalties. We'll be where we need to be. We're building a good foundation, but it ain't gonna get no easier. Go on the road this week. It's the first time for this group. Now you got a lot of people that haven't played with crowd noise on the road. Like you have this week where it's all against you. Obviously, the Georgia game is kind of half and half. So the operational procedures and things like that. That's an area we're going to work really hard on this week.
Have you been no one played if it's hurt?
Well, he looked like he played well. I'll have to watch the tape to give you a real accurate answer, but I didn't notice it for anything bad. He's an incredibly smart player. He's always in the right position, and just really great to be able to get him back. And then the guys that were able to play those first couple of games to get the experience they got, that's going to pay off for us as well. And then Makuba, he just continues to get better. Made a couple of big plays tonight. Really proud of him.
What do you think about Skalski there, particularly on that goal line standing on there?
Yeah, I mean, he's just, as I said earlier, he's the heart of our team, heart of our defense, and he's just so smart. I mean, that's just a reflection, call the time out there because, really wanted to make sure we were right with the attached tight end that they had right there. But, we had a good call, but that's just preparation. I mean, Skalski, that's knowledge. And again, that's what I talked to our young backers about in the locker rooms. That's what knowledge does. That's what preparation does. Again, he's a 6-year player. He is so smart. That play he made on the right side there, unbelievable. I mean, his closing speed. People don't realize how fast he is. He made some great plays. He'll be the first one to tell you. He'll say, I should have made the tackle on the quarterback, scramble draw a couple times. Man, what a game. But that play right there in that moment, critical situation, that's knowledge and preparation paying off.
Remember the last time you were in this type of developmental stage on offense?
I mean, it's been a little while, where we've had the last time we started a freshman in the offensive line, I guess was 16. We won a national championship that year. But we had a little bit more around him, but we ended up starting Pollard and even Ankrum at some point in that year. We had a freshman starters there. We had a little bit more experience in that group, but Deshaun was a veteran. 16. We had a few more veteran pieces. They did those receivers. We had a lot of veteran guys around him. This is a little different this year. Again, you got a lot of things going on, from adjustment to live football, stadiums, and all that stuff. I mean, that's definitely part of it. And then just, again, a lot of new pieces. It's more than just one or two. We got a lot of new pieces. So, we're getting better. And like I said, showed the heart and the toughness that we need to have to win a game like that. So proud of our guys.
So with those balls on the ground, how much of that is like his growing pains, or what do you kind of attribute to some of those moments?
Well, fundamentals. It's just fundamentals. I mean, again, that's one of the things I went over last week with DJ. We had a nice play last week, and he's going to his left, and the ball's in his right arm, and you expose yourself. You don't have, all you got's the ball. You're exposed, and it's just kind of a little habit for him that we got to get him out of. As opposed to putting that ball over here. Now he's got to he's got a hand to kind of protect the ball a little bit. So it's just fundamental, same thing. I mean, we've had some exchange issues last week. We had an exchange with Will. We had a drop snap. You know, we were fortunate there. DJ got the first down, but we just dropped the ball, kind of take our eye off the ball. Ball's on the ground. You know, we fumbled the ball, a big turnover last week. I mean, just too much. I mean, we had a receiver put the ball on the ground last week. Just we've got to, you know, and again, if you bottom line get to it, it's fundamental. You know, it's not having proper 5 points of pressure. It's having the correct arm. You know, we got to get better. We got to get better there.
Do you feel like
After seeing DJ run so much tonight, do you think you rely on that over the rest of the season?
Well, we're gonna do whatever we gotta do to win the game. That's what we had to do tonight. So whatever we got to do to win the game. You got to give Shipley a lot of credit. He had 21 carries, something like that. And he was tremendous. He gave us the spark, you know, that we needed. And again, DJ, we only, I guess he probably had a couple more, but I guess he only had 8 carries. He averaged almost 6 yards per carry. So very effective for us. And, the combination of him and Shipp had done tonight in the run game. Again, just enough to complement it. And if we come up again, if we just finish a couple of those drives, I mean, we got a great kicker, got an incredible kicker, and we just finish with a couple of either field goal or one of those touchdowns where we're right there in the red zone. You know, it's a different situation. And when you don't get yourself in a bind, and then all of a sudden crazy things happen, and, fortunate to overcome it.
And running the ball made him looser. Sort of.
Maybe, you know, I mean, I think he really showed a lot of toughness. And I think it was definitely something that he probably needed, you know, just to have to grit it out, and put the team on his back, and to make some critical dirty yards. And I definitely think he grew tonight in a lot of ways.
you wish you would have got, or could have found a way to get DJ and got it last touches?
There wasn't even gonna be many touches outside tonight. Yeah, I'd love for him to touch it, but then if we do that, everybody's like, why didn't you run the ball? Because it's gonna be a bunch of incompletions. You know, because again, you know, you gotta understand what you're going against. And you know, it's a double cloud, you know. Guys outside, guys are 3 guys deep, and their vulnerability was inside, you know, and they know that. But I guess they didn't think we could sustain it and stick with it and finish the drives. And again, we had a lot of drives, but we shot ourselves in the foot and almost paid off. But yeah, I'd love for everybody to get more touches and all that. But, obviously, to win the game. And what we needed to do tonight was run the football. We ran it effectively. Just a little too loose with the ball to finish on a couple of drives. You know, Ross had a heck of a game. Frank had one nice catch and had a PI on another target. And Gata had a couple of nice plays as well. Big one. We're on their sideline late in the game there. I guess that was fourth quarter. That was a big play for us, big conversion. And so we did again enough to keep the ball moving. 9 of 15 on third down. You know, you're doing a lot of good things. But again, the name of the game is points. You know, we needed to get more. Fortunately, they didn't get many. But they couldn't score a touchdown. And it's the difference in the game. We got enough to win.
Has Shipley shown you enough to be number one back this time?
Well, I mean, we'll you know, again, it's one game. We'll go back and watch the tape. We'll kind of, you know, assess everything and see where we are this week. That's what we do every week. But obviously, we have a lot of confidence in him. I mean, he kind of, again, we're going to have games where somebody's going to get the hot hand. That's going to happen with the backs that we have. And tonight, he was the guy that kind of got the hot hand and kind of sparked us. And we voted.
We'll take a couple of questions from Zoom if anybody has one. All right, in the absence of any questions from Zoom, we'll wrap
gave
up.
up about
Thank you,
4
Coach.
hours ago. All right, thank you all.
And an update from the ACC and ESPN. Next week's game against NC State, which had been slated for their ABC or ESPN, has been designated for ESPN.
for.